Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the kidney. They are paired excretory organs situated in the posterior abdominal wall. They are behind the peritoneum, that means they are retroperitoneal organs. The kidney lies opposite to T11 to L3 vertebra, from T11 to L3 vertebra. The right kidney lies little lower as compared to left, whereas left kidney lies towards the midline as compared to right kidney. Now the direction of the kidney, the axis of the kidney, that's downward and laterally, somewhat like this, downward and laterally. So the upper pole of the kidney lies near each other, whereas lower pole of the kidney lies little bit away from each other. Now let's see the external features of the kidney. The external features, kidney having two pole, upper pole, lower pole, two surfaces, anterior surface, posterior surface, and two borders, medial border, lateral border. Let's discuss one by one. The upper pole of the kidney is broader and convex. Upper pole of the kidney is broad and convex, and usually they are in close contact with the adrenal or suprarenal gland, whereas in the lower pole of the kidney is somewhat pointed as compared to the upper pole of the kidney. Now the surfaces, anterior surface which is facing anterolaterally and posterior surface which faces posteromedial side. The anterior surface is somewhat irregular, whereas posterior surface is somewhat flat as compared to anterior. Now end part, the borders, the lateral border and medial border. We can see the lateral border or outer border is convex. The lateral border is convex, whereas medial border, in the middle part we can see one concavity that is known as hilum. In the medial border, the middle part, we can see concavity that is known as hilum. Through hilum, structures enter or leaves the kidney. Now let's see the side determination of the kidney, through which we can determine the side, whether it is on the right side or on the left side. For the side determination, we can see the structures of the hilum. In the anterior-most structure of the hilum, we can see renal vein. This is the renal vein, which is the most anterior structure. Behind that, we can see the renal artery. This is the renal artery. The anterior most is renal vein. Just behind that, renal artery. We can differentiate both the vessels through the wall, thickness of the wall. As we can see, renal vein having thin walled structure like this. And behind that, renal artery, which is a thick walled structure. Now the posterior most structure is renal pelvis. Renal pelvis is a upward continuation of the ureter. This is renal pelvis. So renal pelvis downward continue as a ureter part. So through ureter we can differentiate the lower pole from the upper pole of kidney, right? And anteroposteriorly we have already seen that anterior part having thin walled renal vein. So through which we can differentiate renal vein which is most anteriorly and renal pelvis downward continuous ureter. So through ureter we can say this is a lower pole. So through these features we can call that this is a right side of kidney. Let us see another kidney and side determine it. The anterior most structure is thin walled renal vein. So this is the thin walled renal vein which is most anterior structure. Just behind that, thick walled renal artery. We can differentiate the thickness of the wall. This is the renal vein having thin walled and this is the renal artery having thick walled. And the posterior most structure is renal pelvis. This is renal pelvis which is the posterior most structure which downward continue as ureter. So through this parts we can see that this is the kidney of left side. Now we have got something which looks similar like a kidney, but it is not a kidney. Guess what it is? Yes, you are right, it is spleen. We can see this is spleen and this is a kidney. The structure looks somewhat similar, not exactly, but somewhat. We can see a gross difference in the shape, but in exams some students commit mistake as they differentiate the spleen as a kidney or kidney as a spleen. But we can see the major difference as a shape. Kidney is a bean shape, whereas spleen is a wedge or irregular shape. There are some similarities as hilum, but here the hilum having medial concave border, and here in the spleen there are multiple notches are there which are absent in the kidney. So we will take care not to commit such mistakes in the examination. Now we see the interior of the kidney. Here we have taken the coronal section of a kidney. In the interior of the kidney, we divide the kidney into three parts for the study purpose. The outer portion, that is known as cortex, the middle part we call it medulla, and the innermost part we call is renal sinus. The cortex, the medulla part, and renal sinus. Now let's discuss the renal medulla. The renal medulla is made up of almost 8 to 10 conical pyramidal like structures. They are situated here. These are the pyramidal structures. We can see here almost 8 to 10 pyramidal structures. From the apex of the pyramid, there is a dilated part that's known as renal papillae. From the apex of the pyramid, this is the pyramid, and here the apex. From the apex of the pyramid, there is a dilated part known as renal papillae. This renal papillae open into minor calyces. Renal papillae open into minor calyces, and the minor calyces open into 2 to 3 major calyces. In major calyces continue as renal pelvis, which continue as a ureter downwards. Now let's see the cortex. The cortex are divided into two parts. The outer portion, upper portion on the outer part of base of pyramid, we can see cortical arches are there. Here will be cortical arches on the pyramid. We can see here in the upper part of the base of pyramid, cortical arches are there, and in between the pyramids there are renal columns. So this will be the renal columns in between the pyramid, and on the base of the pyramid in upper part we can call it cortical arches. So these are the cortical parts, and middle part will be the medullary part. Just interior to the medulla we can see the renal sinus. The renal sinus contains branches of the renal artery, tributaries of the renal vein, and minor calyces combine major calyces that combines renal pelvis, which continue as ureter. So this was all about the interior structure of kidney. So far we have seen the external features, anatomical position, site determination, and interior of kidney. Now we will see the relations of the kidney inside the cadaver. This is open abdominal cavity. This is liver, and this is stomach. There are two kidneys, right and left. So in right side we elevate the liver to see the right kidney. This is right kidney, which is in relation with the posterior surface of liver. This is the posterior surface of liver, and this is the duodenum, second part of duodenum, and this is hepatic flexure of colon. Here we can see hepatorenal pouch. This is hepatorenal pouch. These are all about the anterior relation of right kidney. Now left kidney, which is situated behind the stomach. So let's elevate the stomach to see the left kidney. Here we can see the left kidney, which is situated in the posterior relation of stomach. This is stomach, and this is spleen, and this is pancreas, which is also in the anterior relation of left kidney. And here we can see the splenic flexure of colon. This is spleen, here is pancreas, and here is splenic flexure of colon on the left kidney anterior relations. Now let's see the posterior relations, which are almost common on the both the side. So we will see the right side relations. Let's elevate the right kidney, and we can see the posterior part. These are posterior relations of the kidney. In upper half we can see the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm, which is in the posterior relation of upper half of kidney. Along with that there are arcuate ligaments, medial and lateral arcuate ligaments situated here. Along with that, here we can see subcostal nerve and vessels. This is subcostal nerve, and these are subcostal vessels. These all in the posterior relation of upper half. Now let's see the lower half. There are three muscles in the lower half. This is the postmedial structure muscle, psoas major muscle. This is psoas major muscle. Beside that, here we can see quadratus lumborum muscle. This is the quadratus lumborum muscle. And beside that, transversus abdominis muscle having transverse direction of fibers. This is transversus abdominis. And along with that, there are two nerves, iliohypogastric and ilioinguinal. But here we can see one main trunk which usually divide in the upper part in the posterior relation of kidney, but here we can see the main trunk which divide in the lower part here, which divide into ilioinguinal and iliohypogastric. Usually these two nerves divide from the trunk in the posterior relation of kidney, but here we can see that divide in the lower part. Here we can see this is inferior vena cava, thin walled inferior vena cava, and beside that thick walled descending abdominal aorta. And this is the right side kidney. In hilum relations, we can see the anteriormost structure is renal vein which open into the inferior vena cava. Behind that we can see the renal artery which is a direct branch of descending abdominal aorta. Renal artery branch from the abdominal aorta at second lumbar vertebra. Behind that we can see the renal pelvis which downward continue as ureter. This is all about the demonstration of kidney. Hope you understand well. Thank you for watching.